Attention! Attention! And now we welcome to the Grand Trivia stage our great leader, our Grand Aquarium Emperor, the trivia master of this age, the past age, the upcoming age, and ages unknown. Please welcome Grand Trivia Master Fluval. Oh, that was a bad noise. Sorry, Master. Let's try again. Fluval. Oh, that's not so. We must find the noise to pay tribute to all 5 dimensions you hold in your control. Yes, the fake trumpet for Fluval.
Hello and welcome to a very special Grand Trivia where we are streaming right now live to 2 years at once on the same Earth.
Two of them.
Two of them.
2 years. 2 whole years.
Of course, we're broadcasting to you live from outside of time and space, and I'm Fluval, Grand Trivia Master of the Grand Aquarium Empire, and with me, of course, is Intern Centennial. Hello, Intern Centennial.
Hello, I'm Christy. Hi, I'm Intern Christy. Hi, welcome to our super special New Year's Eve. We're going to be checking in with the Boomin' New Year's Eve, and of course, like as beings who are outside of time and space, all of your little, Earth traditions are extremely quaint to us, so I'm super excited.
Thank you, the Argyle.
To chat about them.
I agree with you that just putting the year above the rim is absolutely cheating. Yes, quite the dress, Intern Singular Wireless. But also, I want to note,
thank you.
New Year's Boomin' Eve is happening
Look
also
how much
right
dress
now.
There is.
New Year's Boomin' Eve.
There is so much goddamn dress.
New Year's Boomin' Eve is also happening right now on this very network, also hosted by me, Fluval.
It's so big.
From outside of time and space. I'm excited to host 2 years at once and broadcast this show to 2 years.
I could hide a whole aquarium in this dress.
Easily you could. Happy Fluv year to you as well, Blogtoven.
Yes, happy Fluv year. Happy Fluv year. I am so excited for this upcoming
Happy
New Year,
I
suppose. But Fluval.
What?
Before we get started with the trivia.
Yes, with our trivia, which you can participate in by going to Kahoot.it or using the Kahoot app and entering room code 216-2142 while we do whatever Charlene here is going to say.
I'm Christy. Hi, I'm Intern Christy. Well, I wanted to participate.
Oh, yeah.
In one of the little, third dimensional traditions that New Year's Eve people, they're so about this. This is a huge thing for them.
Are you going to bang pots and pans and make a lot of noise? Because I can make noise very easily. Thank you, beautiful city. But what are you going to do now, Intern?
I wanted to know what your New Year's resolutions are besides moving a little bit more in this direction. Because, I keep running into you.
So my,
yes. You're so clever, Fluval.
I'm very clever.
You're so clever. It definitely wouldn't suck if the network executives couldn't tell that I was on this episode.
Anywho, so my...
So funny, Fluval.
Fine, I'll
You're
do it.
so
There
funny.
you go.
Thank you so much.
My New Year's resolution is, of course, just to keep being freaking awesome.
You are
I'm just gonna keep
awesome.
doing me. I'm gonna keep doing me. Ha 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 ha.
Oh, that's so wonderful, Fluval.
You can't top perfection, can't improve it at all. What's your New Year's resolution, Intern?
Well, I'm so excited for this new year, and everyone who sticks around until midnight
midnight somewhere,
is going to get to hear about what I, intern Christy, am bringing into the new year. Okay, I, intern Christy, have done so much. I've done so many things for Fluval.
For me, of course, for me.
For Fluval, to gratify Fluval, of course, and to celebrate Fluval's power. But I, intern Christy, I'm doing some really exciting things, and I'm really excited for you to all hear about it.
I can't wait for them to hear about it, too.
Let's check out who signed up for Kahoot.
Yes, and of course, right here, there's Morn Fadson, Single Walk Run, and Cum is just Brogert.
Ah!
I assume that's how that name ends. It's Cum.
Brogert, because it's like a bro's
It's a bro's yogurt. It's a bro's Go-Gurt.
Wow.
And it comes in a pouch as well.
It does come in a pouch. You do
Not a
squeeze
cup.
it out.
But you can also play along. Oh, Beautiful City is also from the future.
Oh, welcome from your future.
Welcome from your future, Beautiful
We're
City.
kinda like outside of time and space, which is like a little cooler than the future or the past. But
yeah, your time-based binary is irrelevant to us, but you can join us.
It's a manufactured choice.
Absolutely, it's a manufactured choice.
If you're here,
Just
you
like-
already know what the answer is.
Just like the manufactured choice is that you will go to Kahoot.it and use the Kahoot app and enter 216-2142. You already know that you have to.
Just like me or Valerie.
And Proud Horse 67, and which is now Bootleg 2022.
Welcome,
and
Mort
Beautiful City.
Fadson. I like the
Welcome,
morning
welcome.
that we have going
Morn
on.
Fadson, very nice.
People just don't think about how the holidays are a time of mourning.
No, it's easy like Sunday morning.
Yeah.
That's what I always say.
That's
We'll
exactly
give you a
right.
little bit
Fluval.
more time. What are you looking at, intern? Calibration?
Well, I think that for the New Year's, I'm going to fire the intern that tightened this microphone
Oh, that's fair.
incorrectly.
Well, welcome New Year's,
You know what?
Steve.
I can take care of this.
Okay.
Real quick. I don't like leaving things to the future.
Sure. Well, I'll just
Things.
I'll just
I like
mute
taking
your
care of
microphone
things.
while you take care of that, so people don't hear all that. Oh, what's that?
Okay, I
Hark.
took care of it.
There
It's sort
we
of a
go.
process. It's not a very precise process. I can't get like the intern,
No,
but I
but-
can, focus in on their general area.
You gotta nuke them from orbit. It's the only way to be sure, and hopefully Ish version 2022 is sure of their answers, just like New Year's Steve and Doofus Clon.
Oh, there we go. Much
And again,
better.
if you want to join, you can just go to Kahoot.it or use the Kahoot app and enter room code 216-2142. Whether you live in 2021 or 2022, you can participate in our trivia.
I remember 2022. But where I'm from, it was 2020, 2022. Yeah, we started counting a lot earlier.
I also remember AD 2101, which was, of course, when war was beginning.
Yep. That's exactly what was happening.
Yes, and it was quite a great time. But I think we've given people plenty of time to join our trivia.
I agree.
And don't worry if you're making your slow way in because you had to give someone a smooch as the ball dropped. Well, first of all, I don't approve of kissing because that's a gross third-dimensional affectation.
It's pretty gross.
But you can
There's,
join
like,
mid-game.
saliva involved.
Oh, Kahoot did not accept the name Crappy Poo Rear. Good wipings we bring to you and your kin as we play some trivia. That is a great
Some
name, the
trivia.
Argyle. But here we go to question number 1. New Year's Eve trivia. Here we go. Number 1. You know January as the first month of the year, but January is named after which Roman figure? Is that the emperor and font namesake Trajan, the god Janus, the general Sejanus, or the timekeeper Januarius?
Ew.
Seen here is Rome.
Yes.
Not when January was coined. This is
After?
Rome quite a bit after.
Quite a bit after.
Just to be
okay.
clear, they weren't living out in these ruins being like, why should we? What? Let's name January after blank. Wasn't going to give you the answer right there.
Wow, you thought he was going to give you the
You
answer.
thought I was gonna help you
Oh
cheat?
my god. did.
You
He
gotta
just
wake
tricked
up
you.
pretty far outside of time and
Yes.
space to pull one over on old Fluval.
You do. You do. I know. I've tried.
Who's your favorite font namesake intern Comic Sans?
Christy? I'm Christy. Hi.
Okay,
I'm
intern
Christy.
Courier New. Who's your favorite font namesake?
My favorite font namesake
Oh, Janos
is...
should have been an option. You're right. Janos
Janos?
would have been a better option than some of these
Yes.
fake ones. 7 of you knew it. The correct answer is the god Janus,
Yes!
who is the Roman god of beginnings and transitions. And speaking of
Yes.
transitions, I have a Fluval's fact fractal for you right now. Janus is also the namesake of Janus Films. The company was founded in 1956, and their films include classics such as Chungking Express and Bicycle Thieves. And, in addition to all that, they also own the Criterion Collection.
Oh my god!
So pretty fancy. Anyway, who's your favorite
Pretty
font
fancy.
namesake?
That's gotta be Sir Wingding.
Oh, Sir Wingding
the
is
way
wonderful.
that he took out that solar system. Mwah.
It's beautiful, as is our leaderboard, where Single Walk Run is in first. Bootleg 2022, you're only 1 point behind our leader. And the New Year Steve, Morn Fadson, and Ish V 2022 round out the leaderboard.
Wasn't Jenna someone who betrayed you in GoldenEye 007?
No,
is?
it's the crime syndicate.
Oh.
The Janus Syndicate is a fictional syndicate in the 1995 film GoldenEye, and Alec Trevelyan 006 is the one who betrays you.
Okay. That's fun.
And
I
they're-
like betrayal.
And he's part of it. See, I see. He does. So Alec leads the Janus Time Syndicate, which we're going to take a look at now in my
Wait, they're a
mind.
time syndicate?
No,
Are
I
we
spoke.
in the... It sounds
They're
like
in my
we're...
mind palace, but they're a
Sounds like we're in
crime
the Nine
syndicate. See, this is their
Palace.
fun logo with two faces like Janus.
Slant? Oh, come here, Studio Cat.
The Janus Syndicate was a fictional crime syndicate featured in GoldenEye, and according to Bond, they were top fight arms dealers headquartered in St. Petersburg and were responsible for restocking the Iraqis during the Gulf War. MI6 was initially unaware their leader was none other than former 00 agent Alec Trevelyan.
There we go, Studio Cat.
And they're named after Janus, who simultaneously looks at both the future and the past and is the master of beginnings and endings.
That's fun, but still kind of like a forced binary. Kind of like a fake choice. Kind of like a manufactured choice.
Also, yes, the Mind Palace bringing you ads for Peacemaker on HBO
Yes.
Max. Don't want to miss that out.
You know, the Mind Palace is like the ad revenue that
Well,
one
also,
can get from the Mind Palace.
John
Oh,
Cena
my
is actually
goodness.
here on set with us right now. You just
know.
can't see him.
He's standing very still.
But you know what you can see? Our leaderboard, which delves further into the topic of why January is called January. On the Julian calendar, why does the new year start on January 1st? Is it because January 1st was the day Caesar assumed power? January 1st was Julius Caesar's birthday. Myth says January 1st was the day Rome was founded, or because Julius Caesar said so. Which of these are why the Roman year starts?
A number
In
of
January.
these sound like because Caesar said so. Like,
Yes, but only one of them is correct.
like in what way did he say so?
Right.
Yes, keep choosing chaos. Do you know why?
Well, we also... you're assuming that Julius Caesar named... that is the one who decided that the new year starts on January 1st.
Oh, that's a good point. It could be that myth, but I feel like because he
It also could have been
recreated
someone
the
else.
Roman calendar.
Well, you gave our audience quite a clue, because the answer is, of course, as 4 of you knew, Julius Caesar said so.
He said so.
According to Mental Floss, Julius Caesar thought it would be appropriate for the month named after Janus to be the first month of the year. And then, of course, that decision persisted all the way into the Gregorian calendar, which was there because
Yes.
Julius Caesar did the math wrong. But let's go to our leaderboard to see what Mike has to do based on our math. Ooh, New Year's Steve up in
so
second.
much.
Bootleg 2022 in third. Ish V 2022. You're in fourth. And Morn Fadson. Don't cry for them. They're in fifth place.
Yes. Yes.
Hello, welcome, Alice.
Hello. You're watching
That is a valid reason to be
Dickinson?
late to this New Year's special of ours.
What's Dickinson?
It's the Apple Plus TV show all about Emily Dickinson.
Oh, cool. Is it fun? Or does it, like, make it act like she's all tragic? Also, is it any good, unlike the Foundation series on Apple Plus?
That's been screened recently here on the Radio Free Multiverse satellite outside of time and space. And intern adaptation
Christy.
here has a lot of
Intern
opinions
Christy.
about it.
I'm intern Christy.
Okay, intern Dusk.
Christy.
Anyway, intern Day, why don't we go to the next question? Here we go. In Rudolph's shiny new year, what will happen if Rudolph fails to find baby New Year? The current year will restart. The current year will never end. The new year? Huh, that'll be a bad one.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
the world will end.
Ooh, I hope it's that one.
Okay.
That's the one that I like.
Oh.
Yep, it is so fucking fun.
It's so fucking
I know that that's
fun.
definitely what you meant to comment on, Alice. That comment definitely referred
Fine, you
to
knew it. The
that.
correct answer is in that special. The current year will never end. It'll stay
What?
December 31st forever, and the new year will never start.
Will the seasons change?
No, it's December 31st forever. And in the
Oh,
movie,
no.
Baby New Year has been kidnapped by a vulture named Eon the Terrible.
Eon the
You see,
Terrible.
he's supposed to live for exactly 1 eon, after which he will turn into ice and snow and disintegrate.
So, what's an eon? 1,000 years?
Yeah. And in
It's
the
only
film...
1,000 years.
In the film, that particular eon will end January 1st of the new year. No, millennium is 1,000 years. An eon is...
Yeah, how long is an eon? 10,000 years? 1 million years?
It's like... It's. I don't think it's defined to... It's just a division
Yeah.
of the geological time scale.
But how many years is that?
It's the largest one.
Just the biggest. Just untold bigness.
Like, they're not all the same length.
Okay. Yeah, we could donate all day. We could donate all day. It's some stupid Earth measurement.
Yeah, it's a stupid Earth
that's
measurement.
For sure.
And then, as I said, at the end of the current eon,
yeah.
Eon the Terrible will turn into ice and snow and disintegrate. And as that eon
Terrible.
will end on January 1st of the new year, he kidnaps baby New Year to prevent his death. Why is Rudolph involved, you might ask, in this thing that is completely unrelated to Christmas? Why, that's because Father Time sends his old pal as Santa Claus a letter, and he's like, well, Rudolph, get on out there. You help me in fog. You can definitely track down... That is my memoir. You're right, Single Walk Run.
Yes.
Why don't we go to the
entirely.
leaderboard to see who's leading our game tonight? It's still Single Walk Run in
Still
first, but
Single Walk
Bootleg
Run.
2022, you're in second. Ish V 2022 in third. New Year's Steve, they stayed the same. And their spot in fourth place has not ended yet as Morton Fadson rounds out the leaderboard in fifth. And Ish V 2022, you have a streak with 3 correct answers in a row, meaning you have aced every single question so far.
Magnificent.
Magnificent, as is question number 4. Which southern city used to celebrate New Year's with a peach drop? Is that Atlanta, Georgia, Hope, Arkansas, Mount Olive, North Carolina, or Tuscaloosa, Alabama? Some of you got it.
Wow.
That was. I thought you might think I was being tricksy, but I wasn't. Of course, that was Atlanta, Georgia. Georgia is nicknamed the Peach State.
Ooh.
And the Peach Drop was held at Underground Atlanta from 1989 to 2017. It moved elsewhere in 2018 and returned to Underground Atlanta in 2019 and
It
has
moved
not
into the
occurred
country
since.
to eat
What?
a lot of peaches. It's moving to the country
Yes.
to eat them a lot of peaches. Did you know they come from a can?
They do. You know what else comes from a can?
I don't know, but they were put there by man.
That's right. Our leaderboard was put there by intern Mike. But everyone has remained static so far, of course. And here, by the way, this is the Peach Drop Tower
Ooh.
that they used to drop peaches from. It wasn't a real peach, as you can see. It was a giant fake peach.
Wow.
And actually, I saw that in the chat. Bootleg Bart asked, "Hey, does Mount Olive drop olives?" I hope so. Well,
Excuse me, I have a parasite in my body.
okay, well, hey, Bootleg Bart, it's appropriate you asked because this is a time for a Fluval's Fact Fractal. No! They do
sorry.
drop something.
I have a parasite. I'm sorry.
They do drop something, but they don't drop olives. Mount Olive drops pickles.
What?
Because the Mount Olive is the home of the Mount Olive Pickle Company, where they drop a pickle. And now you're probably wondering, oh wow, you do have a parasite. You're probably wondering, what does it look like when they drop a pickle?
I totally am Fluval. I totally am.
Good, I'm glad you're...
It's not just the parasite, it's me.
No.
It's me who wants to know.
I'm
these
glad
things.
you're wondering that.
I'm so sorry. They've written parasites everywhere. It's even been affecting Studio
Yeah,
Cat.
Studio Cat has been sneezing.
Studio Cat has been
all
awaking me
week.
from my cryogenic sleep like at least 2 nights in a row because of the
Yes.
parasites.
That has been a very true fact.
I'm intern
As
Christy. I'm intern
is
Christy.
the pickle drop in Mount Olive, which looks a little something like this. Where they have a giant illuminated pickle
Oh
that they
my!
drop from the air just to promote their local pickle company.
That's cute. That's
Mount
really
Olive Pickle
cute.
Company. It sure is.
That's cute. It's real cute.
I think it's
really
very cute. But you know, pickles, they're not the only food that starts with the letter P.
They're not. Not by a
And
long shot.
one of them is relevant to our next question, which is a multi-select, folks. Which of these are real Peanuts specials celebrating the new year? A Charlie Brown New Year. Happy New Year, Charlie Brown. Snoopy presents for Old Lang Syne. And Your Baby New Year, Charlie Brown.
Wow.
Which of these?
His
are
head does
real?
look like a giant baby.
He does look like a giant, sad baby. Charlie Brown is what a baby would be like if they were burdened with the true nature of existence.
It's true.
Good
I
grief.
did that. I burdened him. with the
Good
true
grief,
nature of
existential
existence.
angst.
Yeah. Yeah.
This will
That
be
was
Single
me.
Walk Run's downfall. We'll see if it will be. Seen here, of course, is Snoopy dressed up
It's
for the
so
nice
many
winter season.
Snoops.
I assume one of them is Joe Cool without his sunglasses.
Yes.
But here we go. Answers. The clock's counting down. You're running out of time to get your answers
You
in. So
are.
vote if you hadn't, and don't forget to hit submit after selecting your answers in 3, 2, 1. The correct answers are Happy New Year, Charlie Brown, and
Ooh.
Snoopy presents for Old Lang Syne.
Wow. Only one of you got that one.
Yeah, Happy New Year, which is interesting because that one actually came out this year for a lot of you in 2021. That was an Apple TV exclusive.
That's your pain.
And Happy New Year, Charlie Brown. Why, that came out in 1986. We made up the other two.
Yes.
So let's go to leaderboard and see what chaos was brought upon us by that. It was not Single Walk Run's downfall, but it was New Year Steve's upfall as they go to second place, and 3 players just dropped their answer streak of 4 in a row. Up to that point, all those players had aced every question so far. But you know,
It's combo breaker.
speaking of things that have fallen, let's go to our next question. Question number 6. Before the Times Square ball was created, which newspaper celebrated the new year by launching fireworks from their roof? They were told to stop to avoid setting New York City on fire.
Oh my.
Was that the New York Daily News, the New York Post, the New York Times, or the New York Arsonists Gazette?
Oh, I get that monthly.
Oh, it's a great magazine. I'd read it for the articles, but, you know.
Yeah. No, it's totally for the articles.
Such great
I only get
instructional
it
essays. 6
for
of
the
you knew it.
articles.
It's the... No, one of you knew it. 6 of you said it was the New York Post. Only one of you knew it. Got it right. It was the old gray lady herself, the New York Times.
Hi, I'm intern Christy. Hi.
Also, here's another fact fractal for you. The Times Square ball was introduced in 1907 by Adolph Ochs, owner of the Times. Because the New York Times was headquartered in one Times Square, the first ball was dropped there, and the ball drop still occurs there to this very day, even though that building is empty for the most part nowadays.
Yes. I love it when they leave buildings empty in cities that have homelessness problems.
But, you know, I mentioned that the ball was introduced in 1907. Here's your next question. After the leaderboard, where Bootleg Bart,
Has
Bootleg 2022
taken
is now in first.
place. Yes.
place. So we've let you know that the Times Square Ball was introduced in 1907, but true or false? The Times Square Ball has dropped every New Year's Eve since it was introduced in 1907. Is that true or false? Seen here is Times Square in its less festive garb, without the ball.
I like the King Tut
I
exhibit.
do too. I like... That's about it. 7 of you knew it. It was false.
Yes!
The Times Square Ball has dropped every year except for 1942 and 1943, when it was suspended due to fears that all the lights would make it easy for the Germans to target American ships in the harbor.
Probably.
Yeah, I heard that this is true. There's no bathroom access once you're in the throng on New Year's Eve in Times Square.
Oh my goodness.
And so people just wet themselves because what else are they going to do? Yeah, it's
Wear a diaper.
disgusting. Well, that still counts as wetting yourself.
I mean, at least you're prepared, though.
That's just how Batman would wet himself, because he'd be prepared for everything.
It's true. He is.
It's not gross, I'm wearing a diaper. Now, you all got it right, so it probably stayed the same on our leaderboard.
does
But let's see.
hate public
Yeah, intern Mike didn't have
restrooms.
to do any work that time, because so
No.
many of you knew it.
And also must hate public bathrooms. Public bathrooms.
Oh, yeah,
All
and
traditions are dumb.
The original fireworks that could have burned down New York City were just launched to celebrate not the New Year, but the New York Times moving to that office.
Where they no longer are.
Yeah. Oh, and they were only there for 4 years. They were barely in that office, and then it very quickly moved out.
It does also hate private restrooms.
Oh, yeah, it definitely hates private restrooms.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone can disagree with you
Whatsoever.
that the U.S. hates all types of bathrooms. It's one of the few things we really like about that.
I love bathrooms.
It's a gross habit. Why?
You get your own little room and you can close the door and do all sorts of evil shit.
Oh, well, if it's for evil, I think it's great.
Yeah. We'll take that TP shortage before adequately washing our asses.
I don't poop.
No, you don't.
And I'm glad that intern, he wishes he was an intern. I'm glad Stephen Premel's not here to spread those scurrilous rumors
he
about me
spreads
hearting
a
farts.
lot of propaganda.
Absolutely, no. Whenever he says I heart farts, it's a bit of a disaster.
It's a bit of a disaster.
Much like the subject of our next question.
Oh.
Which of these disaster films feature the characters ringing in the new year before it all goes horribly wrong? Is that Earthquake, Fire, The Poseidon Adventure, or The Towering Inferno? Which I think all of these should have exclamation marks.
I agree.
Fire really is the only one to do that right. Scene here is spools and spools of film.
Wonderful.
3 of you knew it, by the way. It was 1972's The Poseidon Adventure. In fact, the ship is flipped by a tsunami just after the passengers finish singing Old Lang Syne. Nope.
You were wrong.
You were wrong. Much like the characters in The Poseidon Adventure were when they took that fateful voyage.
Whoops.
Let's see who's sinking much like the Poseidon and who's rising to the top of our leaderboard. New Year's Steve moved up 1 spot. Bootleg 2022 has a streak with 3 correct answers in a row.
And single walk run as being slowly ejected from the winner's board.
Absolutely.
Will they be able to win it back? We'll see.
We'll see. Oh, you knew that one too, so you just forgot to answer it. Oh no. Well, yeah,
Oh, no.
you know.
Oh, because you thought it was a
Yeah,
multi-select, so you
single walk
selected
run just-
another one first.
Yeah, or just didn't answer it and thought it was because they didn't, I don't know. I don't know how. Yeah. You hit.
But
Well, I was
right.
testing you and you got it right. So congratulations
good.
for also getting the right answer, much like I of course did, as I of course would if I was playing and answering our next question. While most cities ring in the new year with a drop, an elevator is raised in which landmark to ring in the new year? Is that Chicago's Willis Tower, Paris's Eiffel Tower, Seattle's Space Needle, or Disneyland's Tower of Terror, which is especially spooky since it hasn't existed since 2017?
Ooh.
Do you know the answer to this one, intern Frontierland?
I'm intern Christy. I actually don't, because I don't like it when things go up. I prefer it when they crash down.
Well, the answer is the Space Needle in Seattle, Washington. And it's
I
not
like
the only
needles.
place. It's not the needles are fun.
Yeah.
But it's not the only place that raises things to celebrate the new year. The Tower of the Americas in San Antonio, Texas is also raised at midnight.
That's fun.
It's fun. I like the subverting of expectations.
Yes.
You know, I'm a big fan of subverted expectations, obviously.
Fluval is very into that.
I love them. That's why I'm always excited when Ryan Johnson plays our cahoots.
Yes.
Let's go to the leaderboard, where New Year Valerie is on a hot streak in 4th place with the highest answer streak now of 3 in a row. This is still very much a game they can win, of course. So why don't we see if they continue their comeback as we go to question number 10. So Father Time came up earlier and is an icon of New Year's. Who played Father Time in The Santa Claus 2 and The Santa Claus 3, The Escape Clause? Was that Don Rickles, Marty Feldman, Peter Boyle, or Zero Mostel? Last week on the show, of course, many third-dimensional beings said Fluval needs to do deeper cuts about Santa Claus. And so Fluval did a deeper cut about the Santa Claus. Let's see if it pays off for our viewers. It did. It was Peter Boyle.
Wow.
You honestly...
Was Zero Mostel alive?
Nope. No, but Don Rickles did star in a DC comic as both himself and a superhero. Argyle, the only one who got it wrong.
He starred in a comic?
Yeah, he was featured in a comic book. But don't worry, there may be more deep cuts related to the Santa Claus, because this apparently wasn't deep enough. I am excited
is different than...
No, Fluval did not. No, he's like the main character in that comic.
Yeah, but he didn't like star in it. He was like portrayed in it.
Sure.
You're right, Fluval. You're right.
Fact and fiction is a blurry line for me.
We need to go deeper.
Let's go leaderboard. Not much changed, because so many of you got it right. And here he is. Here's Peter Boyle as Father Time.
Wow. Okay, then.
You might remember Peter Boyle from his role as Frank in Everybody Loves Raymond, or as the titular Young Frankenstein in Young Frankenstein.
Precisely. We need to go deeper, reverie style. Where are my sunglasses?
Well, we are about to go deep into the Mind Palace as we take a break from trivia to look up some fun factoids.
About dropping things?
About dropping things on New Year's
I was like,
Eve.
about the Santa Claus?
We could go deeper. We could look up facts about Peter Boyle, too, if we want. But I don't think we needed that. Let's stick to the theme.
He was young Frankenstein's monster?
Yeah.
That's really cool.
He was young Adam in Young Frankenstein. There, you happy now?
Wow. We need to go, like, deeper into Peter Boyle.
You're right. He's not... Let's
just
look up...
the guy from Everybody Loves Raymond.
Let's look up his IMDb page to see how he's credited in Young Frankenstein, because now I'm curious. Here's Peter Boyle as we're putting on the Ritz with American Auto, coming Tuesdays on NBC.
Wonderful. I'm so glad that they reached out to us for
He was Bill
sponsorship.
Church on Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman. Oh, yeah, he was also the boss. He was also Scott Calvin's boss in the first The Santa Claus, and then was Father Time in the sequels. Let's keep going. He was Moon in Yellowbeard. Preacher Bob in Kid Blue. Young Frankenstein, he's the monster.
He is the monster.
He's the monster. But now let's look at another part of my Mind Palace, which is the list of objects dropped on New Year's Eve.
Oh, how wonderful. I love dropping things.
And let's see, in Kentucky, a star is raised.
Ooh.
In Prestonburg, Kentucky, that is. Marty Feldman was also in Yellowbeard, says Blogtoven. Let's see, Brooksville, Florida, drops a 200-pound tangerine. Key West, as you may have seen on Twitter, by the way, because it was our Trivia Tuesday tweet this week, In Key West, Florida, a local gay bar called the 801 Saloon drops a ruby slipper with a drag queen named Sushi inside of it every year to welcome the new year.
Not wearing it inside
No,
of it.
it's a giant
so it's a giant
shoe.
shoe.
Yeah.
I love that.
Key West. It's been featured on CNN multiple times. So that's how
fancy.
some of you
Are we
may
gonna
be
see a
familiar
picture?
with it. Of course you're going to see a picture.
Yay! I love it when things that are supposed to be small are bigger and also float.
See, here's Sushi. Yeah, it's real. What's real?
Wow!
Oh, the giant peep? The giant peep, I believe, is real.
All these things are giant. You're like, a peep.
Right.
And I'm like, that's cute. They just like toss it off a building. And it's like, no, it's a massive
Akron,
object.
Pennsylvania also drops a purple and gold shoe. Here we go. Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, a 100-pound yellow illuminated peep made of fiberglass.
What the hell?
Yeah, people like dropping weird stuff.
Are we going to see that one?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm excited. We should have gotten Peeps to sponsor this.
I mean,
Everyone knows that
it's not
they're
too late.
A little
We
bit
can always
too powerful.
go back in time if we need to and get them to do it.
Nightbot, you suck.
What did Nightbot do? Nightbot blocking links?
Yeah, blocking
Yeah,
links.
that's not good. Don't do that, Nightbot. Here we go. Here's the giant peep at Peeps Fest. This was in 2020. This is the peep that welcomed the new year.
To drop. Oh, wow, that's spooky.
Yeah. Isn't it, though? Isn't a giant peep just haunting?
Anab, all Nightbots are
Hey, also,
bastards.
guess what? You know what was also there at that New Year's celebration?
What?
This.
Oh.
This cursed creature.
That is very cursed.
There's also lots of angles about this peep. About the giant peep that got dropped, that is. Don't you worry. There's plenty of ways you can take a closer look at this thing. Look at that one.
I feel like a peep has never actually looked like that.
That's because that one's made of fiberglass.
No, but like that shape is wrong. Like the face is right, but the shape is wrong.
Wait, you think peeps don't look like that?
Yeah.
I mean,
I think they look just like more smushed.
Well, I mean,
And, like, with a little hook.
if they've been stored poorly, yeah.
I don't think a peep has ever not been stored poorly.
Look, that's on you lowly third-dimensional beings, not on the great taste of peeps. See, that's what a peep is supposed to look like.
I have never seen a peep look like that. I have never seen a peep look like
But
that.
Redactron makes a great point. At least a fiberglass peep isn't gross consumable
That's
matter. That is absolutely something in that celebration's favor. I think that's a plus of, like, all of the ones
Yes.
that are food related, but they're not all food related. In Bradford, Pennsylvania, a model gazebo has been dropped since 2019, and in Burnham, Pennsylvania, a replica railroad is dropped.
Wow.
Oh no, replica railroad wheel.
Railroad.
Railroad wheel.
wheel.
Ha ha ha.
Like Woden.
In Kennett Square, Pennsylvania, a steel mushroom was dropped in 2014, and here we go in Lebanon, Pennsylvania. They dropped a 150.
Yeah, why would Fluval say that peeps taste great? Fluval's never consumed matter.
Because it was a sponsorship deal by
It was.
Peeps where we had to say that. Here's a giant 12-foot, 150-pound New Year's bologna being dropped.
Oh my.
Is that what you want? This horrible, disgusting piece of matter?
That is a very large piece of bologna. That looks more like a stack of bologna.
What the heck is a wobbly bob as dropped in Reamstown, Pennsylvania?
I am also questioning what a peep joust is. Blogtober.
I mean, I think it sounds pretty straightforward. Oh, wobbly bob is...
Right, what is peep jousting?
Nah.
Redactron, you can't just do this. You can't just throw out peep jousting.
Well,
and
luckily
then...
my mind palace
What?
has...
It just involves a microwave?
Yeah. No, that is accurate.
What, you put them in the microwave and see which one, like, hits the other one first because they expand because they're marshmallows?
Yeah.
That's
it seems like that's it. Here's...
Oh, okay. Well then. Oh, are we gonna watch it on YouTube?
I'm trying to find one. This Baltimore Sun video is not helpful, but... I mean,
Ooh,
I
with
think
little toothpicks.
I think that's what it. I think this is just what it is.
To
I think
stab
it's
each
not
other?
visually particularly grabbing. Yeah,
Then why would people do it?
because it's called peep jousting.
That's true.
And doesn't it sound fun to be like, I made some peeps joust. See, here we go.
Which one explodes?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh.
This is not a distraction, Redactron. This is important information about third-dimensional beings.
Yeah, you have nothing to apologize for. I knew you played with your food, but this?
How do you know which one won in that situation? They both look pretty melted to me.
Well, I mean,
I do like the little coffin.
I think that was a draw. See, that's what I thought it was going to be, Blogtoven. I thought it was going to be that they rode horses and attacked each other with peeps.
Right?
But I guess it wouldn't be, because I mean, they don't call it lance jousting, so it would probably be you rode giant peeps. See, and then
okay.
Pink Peep won because it came closer to surviving.
Just like in real jousting.
Yeah. Oh, Mobile, Alabama drops a 600-pound lit moon pie.
A lit moon pie?
I mean, it's gotta be not
Wait, we need to see that also.
Yeah, no, we're gonna see that. Are you all familiar with what moon pies are out there?
It's like a cookie with like marshmallow and then another cookie and then it's covered in chocolate?
Yeah, exactly. You got it right. And so sometimes it's chocolate. They come in multiple flavors.
An illuminated moon pie.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna be honest.
We had 20 monks illuminate this moon pie over the past 75 years.
It's gonna be a disappointment. It's a disappointment.
Dirt too.
It's just this.
Oh, that's extremely unexciting. I
It's-
thought there was like a giant candle in it or a giant fake candle in it.
I thought it was gonna be a moon pie, not just the moon pie logo too.
Right? Yeah, boo!
Oh, I like this. In Wetumpka, Alabama, a meteorite is dropped at the old courthouse in honor of the meteorite that hit the city.
I like that.
Yeah.
Celebrating things from space, destroying things on Earth.
That sounds pretty great to me.
Wonders to the
Oh,
future.
in Kansas City, Missouri,
What?
Michael the Doughboy Maslach, the longest tenured improviser at the Comedy City Improv Theater, is draped in lights and dropped by members of the troupe.
I like that. I also like that it's in the Wikipedia.
Yeah, I like that merited a Wikipedia, considering some of the things that have been deleted for not being
Right?
important enough to merit Wikipedia
Just like
inclusion.
a group of people drop their
Yeah.
buddy.
Yeah, at Show Low, Arizona, a deuce of clubs is dropped.
That sounded name droppy.
That was very name droppy, absolutely.
It's the only thing in Montana. There's
And
literally nothing else.
ooh, in South Lake Tahoe, a gondola is lowered at midnight Eastern time despite being in the Pacific time zone, so they drop it at 9 p.m., presumably because they have to go retire to their cabins.
This particular dress has been to a lot of South Lake Tahoe
That's a
New
good
Year's
point.
events.
That's a great point.
I stole it from someone's grandmother.
Yes.
Because that's what I do. I steal things. Look how much fucking dress there is! Like,
This is
look.
the gold nugget drop. And now look, it's Charlene here is at Intern Fashions
You
dress.
can't even, like, belt it or anything. It's just... I want to be the brightest, shiniest thing in the room. It's so South Lake Tahoe.
South Lake Tahoe.
South Lake Tahoe, isn't it? Sorry, the
Yeah, we've
parasites
also-
are all up in my face.
We've got one more list of things to drop, and then I think it might be time to return to our trivia.
Yes.
In 2011, in Seaside Heights, New
that.
Jersey, Snooki was lowered inside of a hamster ball for the networks for MTV's New Year's Eve special, and it was supposed to be held inside MTV studios at Times Square. City officials in New York said, "Please don't,
Please no.
please don't drop a
Stay
living
in
human
New
being.
Jersey where that trash belongs.
Please don't drop a living human being from Times Square." That seems like a bad idea. There's also
You can drop a dead human being.
well, there's also a place that drops. What was it? They used to drop like some living rodent. A living opossum, that's what it was. They used to drop a living opossum, but then it died, and so now
That's
they drop
awful. Oh
No,
my
they
God.
drop a taxidermied one, and another one. There's a second place that also drops a taxidermied one that's named Spencer.
Why were they like, no, it's totally cool. We can drop a living animal. No one's going to get in our face about this.
Oh, guess we're looking up opossum drops.
It's basically Groundhog
Except they
Day.
get dropped from the sky. Oh, it's a possum drop, not specifically an opossum. It's a possum drop. Here we go. Possum
Ooh,
drops
What?
around
An opossum is different than a possum?
No, I don't think so. I just was noting that my mind palace called this the possum drop. Here we go.
Fair enough.
In Brasstown, North Carolina, an annual event at Clay's Corner Convenience Store was organized by proprietors Clay and Judy Logan. At midnight on New Year's Eve, instead of dropping an inanimate object, a plexiglass pyramid containing a live opossum was lowered from the roof of the store.
A plexiglass pyramid?
Yeah, the animal was lowered to prevent the occurrence of injury as opposed to a drop.
But it still died.
Well, no, it didn't. Well, it didn't die. The event organizer moved the event to Andrews, North Carolina for the 2018-2019 event upon
What?
Clay and Judy Logan's retirement. After lawsuits from PETA and appeals to state officials by concerned citizens, the town opted not to continue the possum drop for 2020. The possum drop was ended after much controversy when the opossums in Andrews was injured and used with a broken leg that was later amputated.
Oh my God! They're like, it has a broken leg, but we don't care.
Yeah.
It's going in the pyramid for our amusement.
Yeah, the festivities included a contest
Wow.
with the Possum Queen. I'm just going to skip that because that's horrible and transphobic. And
Oh,
they had a
fuck
wrestling
that.
competition.
Yeah, it all kind of tracks.
Yeah,
Using a live opossum
But-
with a broken leg
You know
for
what's
your
better?
amusement
You
and
know what's-
transphobia.
yeah. So that's...
It tracks.
But you know what's the higher, more ethical possum drop?
What?
The one in Tallapoosa, Georgia, where Danny Welch organizes it. And it's coming back. It came back tonight. It already happened.
Tallapoosa.
Yeah. They drop Spencer the famous possum, who is a taxidermied possum rather than a live one. Because they don't want... And the article
I
says...
was literally thinking that.
The article says, it is humane and no live wild animal is tormented by fireworks.
Oh my Jesus.
So they
That's a good
put-
point. It was a possum with a broken
Yeah.
leg being lowered in
Yeah.
a plexiglass pyramid, which is such a weird shape, while people are making a ton of noise.
So they put the famous possum in a wire ball wrapped with Christmas lights, and it's at ground level most of the night so that you can take selfies with it. And then at 11:30 p.m., it's raised to the top of the Kane Law Firm building, and at midnight, amidst great fanfare and cheers, is slowly lowered to the ground to signify the start of the new year. He was a real opossum found dead in the wild who was stuffed by a taxidermist named Bud Jones.
It's because cows do not fear God.
Cows
True.
fear nothing. Cows...
They do not fear God. They fear a couple things, but
Yeah.
not God.
But you know what else they fear?
What?
Peter Boyle. Let's take another look at the thing cows fear, the man cows fear, as we go on to our next question, which is a multi-select. Which of these are alternate years for New Year's
Ooh.
Eve? Ice cream for breakfast day, National Bubble Wrap Appreciation Day, Old Year's Day, or St. Sylvester's Day?
Okay, so other things that people call.
Yes. Which of these are
Okay.
other names that people call December 31st?
What would you call it, Fluval?
Irrelevant because I don't care about time because it's so below me. It's just, I would call it whatever day of the week it is. No, it's not all of them. It's Old Year's Day and St. Sylvester's
Who's
Day.
Saint Sylvester?
Well, I mean, yeah, Old Year's Day is pretty self-explanatory,
Yeah.
right? It's the last year of the old day, or old year. National Bubble Wrap Appreciation Day is the last Monday in January, and Ice Cream for Breakfast Day is a disgusting holiday celebrated on the first Saturday in February.
But who is Saint Sylvester?
Are we going back to the Mind Palace already to look up Saint Sylvester?
I mean, you can't just throw
He was a
out
pope.
Saint Sylvester. Okay.
He was a pope. He was a pope.
And that's why we care?
I mean, I'm not saying you have to care. I'm just saying he has a day.
Okay.
What if it was Sylvester Stallone?
He went back in time and was the Pope.
No, just what if they just had seen Sylvester Stallone performed the required amount of miracles. Oh, and I should have it's Western Christianity that calls it that. It's in Eastern Christianity. It's on January 2nd.
Yeah, don't kink Shane.
What? I'm not. Who's Shane? He filled the See of Rome at an important era in the history of the Western Church, yet little is known about him. As you can see by how short he's one of the longest reigning popes, yet his Wikipedia page is this short.
Oh my.
He didn't even attend the First Council of Nicaea.
But was alive for
St. Nicholas was there. Well, people were there for him, but he wasn't. He liked Constantine.
Okay.
So I guess that's why. Here's his relics, which doesn't include...
Keanu Reeves did do a pretty good performance.
His relics notably only include his bones, not his hair.
Sometimes popes got a vibe.
Oh, he allegedly killed a dragon.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, here he is killing a dragon and resurrecting its victims from the dead. That's a pretty good.
Ooh,
Hogmanay is Scottish New Year's.
Hogmanay.
Hogmanay.
Oh, is that why the Hogfather?
Hogmanay is
the thing in that
That's probably part of it
Terry
in Discworld.
Pratchett? Sir Terry Pratchett?
No, I don't want to look up Ogden, Utah. I want to look up Hogmanay.
Hogmanay.
It's the Scots word for the last day of the old year, and it's synonymous with the celebration of the new year in the Scottish manner. You know, that would have been a good
What's the
alternate
Scottish
answer.
manner?
Their local customs is the practice of first footing, which starts immediately after midnight. This involves being the first person to cross the threshold of a friend or neighbor, and often involves the giving of symbolic gifts such as salt, coal, shortbread, whiskey, and a black bun, which is a rich fruitcake intended to bring different kinds of luck to the householder. Food and drink are then given to the guests, and this may go on throughout early hours of the morning and well into the next day. Also, the first foot is supposed to set the luck for the rest of the year, and traditionally, tall, dark-haired men are preferred as the first foot, and women are considered the worst luck.
What?
That was also true. It's not in this. I just know that from other research. It was also part of Victorian customs as well.
Okay.
Blonde men were also bad luck, but the worst luck was women, because much like Dr. Pepper 10, first footing is not for them.
Boo.
Boo is a very fair single walk run.
Boo. Boo.
Boo indeed, as we move on very soon to our next. Well, first we gotta take out our leaderboard. Who knew about Old Year's Day? And Redactron says they'll first foot your ass. Let's see who's first footing their way up the leaderboard. Single Walk Run retakes the lead. Bootleg 2022 in second. New Year's Valerie's streak continues with 5 correct answers in a row, meaning they've gotten about half of them right. Ish V 2022, you're in fourth. And New Year's Steve slowly dropping from the top of Times Square. Happy New Year, frenemies, says Happy Rogue 10. Happy New Year to you as well. Why don't we move on to our next question? It's also about ringing in the new year like Happy Rogue 10 just did. How many grapes do they eat in Spain to welcome the new year? Is that 1, 6, 12, or 69? How many grapes do they eat at midnight to welcome their new year? Do you know the answer to this, intern Custom?
I'm intern Christy, and I'm gonna guess 69 because, why not make it a challenge?
Why not wish your friends and family a nice new year? You grape matter, says CBC 9000. I agree, it's disgusting. But the answer is, of course, 12, as 7 of you knew, as all of you knew. When the clock strikes midnight, 12 chimes sound, and it is tradition to eat 1 grape per chime. And if you successfully down all 12 balls of matter, it's considered good luck.
How many people choke?
I mean, that's why it's good luck, right? Because if you don't choke, well, your year has already started off on a good foot. because you got lucky.
I didn't die immediately.
That's always good. Hey, that's always good luck for lowly third-dimensional beings. It's a bit of a given for me, but for them,
That's true.
I mean, they're pretty lucky. Any day your planet isn't destroyed by our super laser,
It's true.
it's gotta be a good day.
It's true. That's very true.
Especially if you also don't have to use your AK.
Exactly.
I know third-dimensional culture.
You do, Fluval. You're
As I
like
know.
the best at it. You're like the best
Oh yeah,
at third dimensional
that's generally a single walk
culture.
runs resolution every year. Don't die. And it's also an early start to the yearly battle against scurvy. That's right. If you feel a scurvy coming on, you may want to do that as we go to the leaderboard, where, despite everyone getting it, New Year's Eve has risen up to 4th
Ooh.
place. No, Blogtoven. Don't be silly.
No.
I don't eat grapes.
not
I don't eat
at
anything. The only
all.
matter I've ever consumed is coffee, cola, LaCroix, generously sent to us by Horde Jedi through the Dimensional Rift.
Exactly.
And it was so disgusting, I will never do it again.
Never.
But
like,
you know
never,
what?
ever.
I may not eat disgusting matter, but third-dimensional beings sure love to.
They
And
really
if
do.
you're superstitious, which of these types of matter should you avoid eating on New Year's Eve? And it's a multi-select. Should you avoid eating black-eyed peas, chicken, collard greens, and or lobster if you are superstitious?
Ooh. You should
Which
probably
is-
avoid all of it.
Which is another way of consuming which of these types of matter is said to bring you bad luck in the new year.
All types. Because you're
I mean,
not
obviously,
acting
I
like
think
a
it's all of them.
fifth-dimensional
But do
being.
humans say it's all of them, or do they give some matter consumption a pass?
They prefer not to starve.
Well, everyone said all of them, and you got 2 of them right. It's chicken and lobster.
Yeah.
Lobster is considered a food to be avoided because lobsters can walk backwards, which isn't the kind of progress you
failing.
want out of the new year. And chicken is similarly to be avoided because they can scratch backwards. Black-eyed peas and collard greens, though, they're considered good luck.
I thought it was
black-eyed-
because they keep going once their heads are chopped off.
Yes, and Happy New Year to whatever dimension where that
Yes.
just happened.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Which I
hope
believe
your
is the
chicken
central dimension.
lasts.
But,
Fluval,
What?
do you ever pick up little rocks in your mouth and then spit them back
oh,
out?
for sure, I'll spit stuff.
Yeah.
I'll spit stuff.
He loves
Ding,
eating
ding.
little rocks and spitting them out. Not eating them, but putting them in his mouth and then spitting them out immediately. Happy New Year!
Happy New Year to the Central Time Zone. But also, greens are considered good luck because they resemble money. And black-eyed peas are considered good luck because they swell as they cook and represent prosperity.
It's true. It's true.
Pork also represents good luck because it represents positive motion because pigs root forward while they forage for food. And cornbread represents the gold up in them hills.
It's true. But friends, now that it's New Year's in some
central-ish dimension.
it's not the one that we're counting down to.
No, we're not counting down to that one. You might be
no.
wondering, hey, what dimension are they counting down to midnight in? Good question.
Good question.
Good question. Maybe this guest here is also counting down to movies.
It's your boy, Damn the Movies Guy, here to
Woo.
talk about the #1 movie of the year.
Hell yeah.
Tell us about the
Answer
#1
question?
movie.
I'm counting down to Ohio, baby, right now. Happy New Year, motherfuckers. It's Ohio.
Yeah.
I live in the walls of a Regal Cinema in Ohio.
Okay.
What a great place.
A lot like in Boy.
Talking about
The-
Hugo.
Oh, yeah.
Brahms.
The boy.
Oh,
The
the
boy.
boy, Colin Brahms.
No, the
Brahms.
other guy lives in the walls.
Yeah,
The
Brahms
boy-
lives in the walls.
The boy just like hangs out and like
Yeah,
kills people
there's
and stuff.
like the part of the boy that's like in the doll, but then there's also the Brahms that lives in the wall.
Hugo
Lives
was
in the
what I
walls.
thought of, too.
You gotta leave snacks in the freezer for him.
Yeah. And never
I
having
know
guests
movies.
over.
I'm damn the movies.
Yeah, you're the movies guy.
Yeah, you're the movies guy. You couldn't know movies if you weren't...
No, movies. Oh
So
man.
what movies are you
Let me
counting
tell you
down
about
to?
Ooh. I'm in no particular order. These are the movies of 2021.
Okay.
Fast 9.
Ooh.
Fast 9.
They went to space.
They did go into space.
They went into
don't think-
space?
Yeah.
They went into space
In a ship or like
In a car.
No, in a car.
in low orbit?
In a car.
car. They shot
Did
a
they
car
fly
into space.
into space, or was it like
Filled it up like a fucking DeLorean in Back to the Future, and they shot a car into space, and then they ran the car into a fucking satellite.
was there someone in the car?
Yes.
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 They were needed to pilot the car? Did the
There
car
was-
come back?
Oh, who were the guys that were in the car? It wasn't.
Ludacris and Tyrese?
Yeah.
Was it? I knew it was
Did they
Tyrese. but
survive?
was it? It was. I think so. I don't remember. It was all pretty
Weird.
blurry after they flew a car into a space satellite.
That's fair. Oh, okay.
It's
I
so
like
much.
the rockets.
I love
It's
so much
really-
about this.
It's truly psychotic, and
is
that's why it's in my
ludicrous.
top movies of the year.
Also,
Dan the
apparently-
movie night, counting them down.
Apparently
Love
NASA helped make that scene possible,
Ooh.
according to military.com. Yeah, here we go. Ludacris and
And if I'm
Tyrese
being
right there
honest,
in outer
it's all
space.
they've got going on.
No one
NASA was
dies?
like, yeah, well, I guess
They got
it's crazy.
picked up?
Yeah, where is
It's-
Arthur? That's a great
Oh
point.
yeah, that's
Plausible.
right. It was like
I'm surprised by third dimensional beings doing that. Yeah, where is
the
Arthur?
Russian
Probably in the
space dog
pan
picked him up or
cubicle.
some shit.
Can I say something about that? I think it's just way too fast and too furious to be doing for lowly third dimensional beings.
That's the thing. Third dimensional
Well,
beings
see,
going to
this one,
space
it
in their
wasn't
cars
weird.
and then being picked up in stations?
Oh, you're right. This one wasn't furious. It was
This
just
one
fast.
wasn't Furious. It was just Fast 9.
Oh.
Just
It
Fast
was in the
9.
Furious saga. So it like had
Well,
some bleed over furiousness, but like
So are the Fast Saga and
Furosity.
Furious Saga two like sagas running in parallel and meeting in the night before they converge or diverge again?
well, yeah, it's there was Fast and the Furious, yes, and then there is Too Fast, Too Furious,
Too Furious.
and I think that's the point where they realized, oh, this is where we've gone too far. It's too fast. It's too furious. So then I think the next one was like Tokyo Drift.
Yeah.
So that
Han
was just
Solo.
like, yeah, that was they were Tokyo drifting. There was no Fast, there was no Furious. It was just sort of like a side note. Fast and the Furious, Tokyo Drift, and then it was like,
ampersand.
It's the ampersand that links Fast and Furious. The ampersand must have had a falling out with the rest of them.
well,
Right,
then
like
the thing
Vin and
is,
Diesel.
after Tokyo Drift, the next one was just called The Fast and the Furious. The first one was
Right.
called Fast and Furious. Then after
if you're-
Tokyo Drift, it was The Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, the definitive movie in the saga.
And that's sort of where it all began. And then there was like, I think it was like Furious 6. So it's like, oh,
I think it's
that
Fast
almost
6.
felt like an Oceans type situation. And I think that's when they started really doing the like heists, and they brought in a Hobbs and a Shaw, and they really blew it up.
Oh, it was Fast
Anyway.
5. It was Fast 5
Fast
and then
5,
Fast
yeah.
and Furious 6
And then
instead
Fast
of
9.
Fast. It should have been Fast 5 and Furious 6.
Oh, the Fast and the Furious.
Also, the first one's a remake.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
From when?
Oh, that
From-
have like Dean Martin in it. The original.
Well, the original Oceans does.
Yeah, it's all the same thing.
Yeah, fun fact, when you Google Fast and Furious original, you better believe that the one that comes up is the 2001 film with Vin Diesel and Paul Walker.
Hell yeah, dude.
There is another older one.
From when? The
1954.
90s? What?
Yeah.
What is the 1954 Fast and Furious?
I think they only share the title in common, but
1950s version of.
The Fast and the Furious
Oh,
is a 1954 American crime drama B-movie starring John Ireland and Dorothy Malone.
Apart from the leads, it sounds exactly the same as the 2001 one.
charge of the murder he did not commit, truck driver Frank Webster has broken out of jail. While on the run toward the Mexico-U.S. border and the subject of radio news reports, he is cornered in a Southern California coffee shop by a zealous citizen who's suspicious of the stranger.
Ew.
Okay, yeah, the 2001 one was based on some article at the time about racing culture. I think they just used the same name.
For recognizability.
The film was successful enough to garner Roger Corman a 3-movie deal. Decades later, the producers licensed the title for this movie.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway, that's just the first on my list.
They almost called it Race Wars? No. Don't do that. They made the right decision not doing that one. Anyway, that was just your first movie.
That was just the first. Next one on my list is Dune. Pretty big deal. Pretty big deal. Dude, they teased it for so long, and then they did not pull through. It was not good. It was rough.
Dune.
You didn't like it, Clancy? You didn't like
Clancy?
having it sound like robots were fucking in your ear?
Dan the Movies guy.
I'm so sorry, Dan the Movies guy.
Movie.
Man, that's
I
like
love
earlier
it.
when our studio said it was being operated by Forrest and Emily, not Radio Free Multiverse. I don't know who that was. Maybe
I
this
don't
must
know
have
who
been-
those people are.
Or they
Those
were
are
like
interns.
who broke in and must have done some other show in the
I'm
studio.
sorry,
These sound
Dan.
like
I
horrible
actually...
people.
All right,
Dan,
They
they're
I
sound like
cloned
people I
you.
never want to meet.
No, they're truly
you
history's
stop
greatest
off.
monsters, just like
All
Clancy.
three
But what
of these
about
people
you,
sound
Dan?
like they're probably hot, but awful.
Oh, probably
Probably
hot, but the
hot.
worst.
Just you couldn't look at them without
Christy,
just
intern
being
Christy.
totally soaking wet in your pants. But at the same time,
Yeah.
you'd be
You
like,
hate them.
they're awful. I hate
They're
them.
awful.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they're
but
the
intern Dan,
worst.
not intern Dan, you're not an intern, you're a free
No,
agent.
the issue
Dan
is
the
that I
movies guy.
cloned Dan the
Dan, the
movies
movie
guy. I
guy.
named that
Look,
clone
Akron, Ohio.
Clancy.
I live
and
in the
they're
walls of a
working
Regal
in
cinema.
the
Let's focus on what
combines.
really matters.
Yes.
The movies.
Yes.
I live in the walls of a Regal
Yeah.
Cinema in Akron, Ohio. I live off of leftover floor popcorn and Red Hots. My mom kicked me out. This is my backstory. Everybody knows it.
Of course, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Everyone knows it. There's
Dune
no canon
sucked.
issues here.
No canon
Dune
issues.
sucked. Well, we had
Hans
Leto
Zimmer
the Second on
can
the
eat my
show.
farts.
did.
Hans Zimmer must be stopped.
I heard-
I think that's the main thing. I,
Okay.
Dan the Movies guy, have made a New Year's resolution, and it's my New Year's resolution is to stop Hans Zimmer. He must be stopped. I will
Wow.
find Hans Zimmer and break his spindly little German neck and turn his bones into bread. I'll grind him up. I'm a
Will you
giant.
record that grinding though and make it into
yeah.
a soundtrack for Dune 2?
Yes. Actually, you know what? It's entirely
Dune.
possible that Hans Zimmer already ground his own bones up, and that's what the soundtrack was. It was horrific. It felt like someone was twisting my spine, like they were trying to wring out a wet rag. It was awful. I hated it.
It's like Black Swan. In order to give the perfect performance, he needed to die.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, planets die for us to give the perfect performance all the time.
You truly
Yeah.
are the Black Swan of interdimensional pop.
You should give Hans Zimmer a horn. It'll be like Avatar. He'll just wander off to play with a horn, and then you'll just wipe out everything in his studio.
Yeah.
No more instruments.
Now it's time. Can I get a drum roll for the big finish?
I've heard
This
of
is
Mortal
the big
Instruments.
movie of 2021.
That's our interns
Drum
trying
it
to
up.
do a drum roll.
Roll that drum.
They're trying.
What,
Their
is that
rhythm
a
is just
drum
really
roll?
bad.
This
They're
sounds
trying.
like this sounds like the soundtrack from Dune. Are you mocking me?
Never, Dan the movies guy. Never.
It's the Spider-Mans. It's gotta be the Spider-Mans.
The
Spider-Mans. There's no place like home.
You like those
Spider-Man's
moving-
home is where the web is. Spider-Man.
Thwip.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Home Alone.
Home never dies.
2 last in not New York. Spider-Man. The home the home wrecker, the Spider-Man, Spider Home.
Spider
Pretty
home.
good.
No way, man.
And here's the thing. The other ones
Yeah.
I wasn't really worried about spoilers. Nobody cares that I spoiled about the fucking Ludacris in space. Nobody cares that I spoiled that Hans Zimmer can fucking suck my dick from the back.
Alice pointing out someone took the blue pill, I see.
Oh.
Wait, Spider-Man Home Depot. That's the one. It's Spider-Man Home Depot.
That's good. Plausible deniability.
But I will say, I'm about to do some serious, hardcore, big boy pants spoilers for the Spider-Mans. So, buckle your piss belts.
Okay,
Here it comes.
it's buckled.
Coming down the pipe. There are so fucking many Spider-Mans in this movie. Are you kidding me?
There's
So many
too
Spider.
many.
There's a Loki Spider-Man. There's a Batman Spider-Man.
Whoa, a bat Spider-Man?
Fucking Kieran Culkin's character from Succession, he's a Spider-Man in this.
Is there a-
Samantha Parkington, the American Girl doll, she's a Spider-Man in this. There's so many
Wow.
Spider-Mans.
Is there a Fluval
fucking-
Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Google, yes. They jib-jabbed some of your baby pictures. You're a Spider-Man.
Yeah.
They
I'm
jib-jabbed
gonna
the fuck
show
out of
them.
you. It was like
Yeah.
you in a little elf hat and your mouth moved like a puppet, very unlike how it does now. Right now, your
No.
mouth moves very smoothly and not like a puppet.
Spider-Man.
now
But in the
my
movie,
mouth is incredibly lifelike.
Yep.
it was like a jib-jab puppet.
Look,
It's-
I'm so
there's so
realistic,
many
I might be
Spider-Man.
Final Fantasy, the spirits within.
Oh man, so many Spider-Mans.
Yeah,
This Is
instead
It
of
was a
flip, it goes
Spider-Man.
every time
Plausible
I shoot a letter.
Deniability was a Spider-Man. Lena was a Spider-Man. One BBBBBR was a Spider-Man. There's so many
Wow.
Spider-Mans in this friggin' Spider-Man.
I think
It's crazy.
I think I have to agree with J. Jonah Jameson in his famous scene from the film where he just looks deadly dark to the camera and goes, "This is too many Spider-Man."
This is
This
too
is
many
too
Spider-Man.
many Spider-Man.
Too many Spider-Man.
Too many
For real, when I
Spider-Man.
saw the promotional material for that, when the rumors were going around about how many Spider-Mans there was going to be in it, I 100%, my first thought was, this is literally that bit from Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it is
It's
absolutely.
literally just
Oh,
that.
They just watched Into the Multiverse, and there are like a lot of Spider-Men. That's what people want from their movie.
People want more Spider-Mans.
Just as many
know what?
Spider-Mans as we can
We
get
got
on
it.
the fucking screen.
We got so many Spider-Mans.
We got it.
And-
Wow.
this is a spoiler. I'm about to ask a question. I want you to give the honest answer, and it would be a spoiler for the film. But does Spider-Man finally turn off the dark?
Does he?
Oh man, no, he doesn't. It's
He doesn't.
it's dark as heck. It's dark
That's
as heck because you know
disappointing.
what?
That's disappointing.
It's a movie made after 2015. It's dark. You can't see anything. When they're talking, you can't understand it. But as soon as there's like a big explosion,
Yeah.
it's too loud.
Yeah, that EMP wave that hit Earth
I
and
love that.
broke all film lights forever.
If you've watched any movie after the year 2015, you will notice that you can't see anything, you can't understand the dialogue, but as soon as something loud happens, it is 3 times as loud as it needs to be.
Isn't that something
Welcome
that
to
a theater
movie.
can adjust? Can a theater adjust that?
I think that the studios sort of
The
forced
It's a
you
theater
to.
studio
can't adjust that,
thing?
but it's like
so
audio
it's
balance
definitely
is-
the studio's fault.
They
oh
want
no,
it
they're
mixed
doing it
that
on
way.
purpose.
Yeah.
They don't want us to like these movies.
There's a whole article about how Tom Hardy's decision to mumble all the time is in part responsible for this trend in sound mixing.
Because
Hell yeah,
they're
dude.
like, we need to
Actually,
make
you
it
know
sound
what?
like it's on purpose.
Now that I know that it's Tom Hardy's fault, I'm actually 100% on board with it. Anything Tom Hardy does, 100% on board.
Yeah.
That's a day in the movies guy guarantee.
Yes.
Oh, Tom Hardy.
Pinot Noir Spider-Man.
But really quick, in all seriousness, we've had a lot of fun.
We
We've had a
have.
lot of fun. We've been really silly. I do want to say, with 100% seriousness, if West Side Story does not win every Oscar, we should burn this country to the ground because it's
we
over.
shouldn't already.
I
I
mean,
thought
look,
we were supposed to do that after the show.
at this point, the fact that the West Side Story Steven Spielberg version exists is the one redeeming factor that's keeping me from lighting this place on fire.
Wow, that's a big
And if
one.
the
That's a
Oscars
biggie.
do not follow through on making this the most nominated, the most awarded movie of all time, then that's it.
That's it.
But
So
what
long
did you
the
think of
world-
The Matrix?
Do 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 do.
It was fine. The first half was cool. The first half was cool. Is that?
First half's
I
cool.
think that's a fair review
First half
of
is
the
really,
new
really
Matrix.
cool.
The first
That's
half was
fair.
cool.
That's a fair review. That is not the,
The
hot
second
take
half
that will
was
burn the
boring,
internet,
and I
internet to the
actually fell
ground.
asleep.
That's like Intern Forrest's mom when she saw Star Wars in 1977.
Hell yeah, dude.
She fell
Oh,
asleep
did she
during
think
the
the first half was
Tatooine.
cool?
No, she fell asleep during the first half.
Okay.
She probably thought the second half was good because she got nice rest. But she never woke back up after that.
We have
Hey,
a lot of
hey, I
letters of the
I didn't
Wachowskis here.
I thought they were booing Intern Forrest's mom.
Alice and Lena, I don't think that it's bad. I just think that the second half was the same thing that they already did 3 times. The first
Look,
half
Dan-
was cool because it was an interesting adjustment, and I really appreciated that.
I did like watching the
my
Merovingian with subtitles.
Ever suck my silky ass thing.
Books were better. Movies were better. Dan, the movie guy, do you have to go or do you want to stay with us as we do some trivia as we get closer to our countdown?
I
You can go if
have
you
to
need
go.
to.
I think
Go back to
I
the
think I got
multiplex.
A little too loud, and they are now knocking on the walls of the Regal
Oh.
Cinema, and I'm
that
gonna
makes
have to
sense.
disappear into the night like the Masked Singer or whoever the fuck. The one with the
Yes.
masked face.
Yeah, that's
The
the
Phantom of the
Masked Singer.
Opera.
Yeah, it's
T-Pain.
Masked Singer.
Oh, T-Pain. Oh, the
On the Masked
yeah,
Singer.
yeah.
Ooh, that's clever.
Wasn't he the monster?
Phantom of the
Masked Singer?
Paradise.
Phantom
Was
of
T-Pain
the
a masked
yeah.
singer? Bill Nye was on there.
Bill Nye the Science Guy?
Yeah.
Wow.
Kermit was on there too. Kermit was the masked singer on one episode.
What?
Wow.
Yeah. They
Isn't
took
he already?
They took the mask off and Kermit was underneath.
That's such a Scooby-Doo villain thing.
Sure is, and you can watch all that for yourself. Kermit was the snail, which is I'm gonna show you this, and then we'll let you go, Dan, the movies guy, because you need to see how they rigged up Kermit for no reason in particular as the masked singer.
At all.
No reason at all why they had to do this with Kermit. It's weird that Kermit is just in the back and is a tiny part of this whole mask.
They just put a puppet inside of a bigger puppet.
Yeah. Yeah, this I think is the limit of masked singer. Is this a mask?
Wait, but what's under Kermit? Another mask? A glove?
Definitely not Frank Oz, I'll tell you that much.
Tiny Britney Spears microphone.
Yeah. Yeah, he has the Britney mic.
Oh man.
Thank you for
True work
taking
of
time out of your New Year's Film Festival to join us, Dan the Movies guy.
Absolutely. I love you so much. Hans Zimmer must be stopped.
Must be stopped.
Good year.
Good year!
Good year!
And Hans Zimmer must be stopped as... Okay, well, that would be pretty great. Getting to take a picture with
That's pretty
Kermit
cool.
the Frog.
The frog!
Not a frog. Kermit the Frog.
Wow.
And now that we took this sidebar with Dan the Movies
Did
guy...
he sound like Kermit?
Let's go to the leaderboard. Where Bootleg 2022 took the lead, despite everyone answering the same, which also seems like Kahoot has changed their policies and perhaps getting the answer. Oh, the sweet, sweet points. So why don't we go to question number 14, where true or false, In Ecuador, one of the ways they celebrate the New Year is by burning effigies. Is that true or false?
I know that I like to burn
Sixty, you
effigies.
knew it. It's true, and I'm so
Yes.
happy it is. Let's go to leaderboard to see which of you got it right, and then we're gonna, of course, take a look at some of the effigies that get burned in Ecuador. You all got it right, so not much changed, but here we go. It's Bender, Panthro, and Speed Racer. They also have burned Gambit from the X-Men, and as you can see, Dash from the Incredibles was also there. The custom first began after an 1895 yellow fever epidemic when people packed coffins with the clothes of those who died and burned it as a literal purification to get rid of the infected stuff, but also as a symbolic one. Nowadays, it's more lighthearted, and many of those effigies are just pop culture characters instead. Gambit does kind of make sense.
Feed us your
I would
pay.
like the Human Torch. I would like more fire-based characters. I would,
Yeah.
I also like that they made a Mach 5 effigy as well for Speed Racer. Oh yeah, no, Panthers from Thundercats. Oh! The Thundercats are on the loose, as is our trivia, as we go to question number 15.
Thundercats are loose.
From 1907 to 1943, which magazine welcomed the new year by placing Baby New Year on its cover? Was that Life magazine, The Nation, Saturday Evening Post, or Time magazine? Which of these magazines did that via art? Oh, 3, you got it right. It was the Saturday Evening Post. These babies' New Year were drawn by J.C. Lenondecker, who was also Norman Rockwell's mentor. They weren't Rockwell's, but they were Rockwell's mentor. Let's go to the leaderboard and then take a look at one of these babies' New Year. New Year Valerie up into second place now with Bootleg 2022's streak continuing and has the highest answer streak of 4 in a row. Starting in 1910, current events were incorporated into Baby New Year. And for example, in 1942, seen here, Baby New Year was an isolationist who just wanted everyone to stay out of the Western Hemisphere.
It's just straddling it with a shotgun.
His final cover in 1943, merely a year later, saw Baby New Year destroying the Nazi swastika.
Is that one any better?
No.
Love is xenophobia, Baby New Year.
This is... Oh, in one, Baby New Year is wearing a gas mask because he sees World War I coming.
Oh.
And in one, Baby New Year is rooting for the stock market to rebound.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah.
Just a big old wow on that one.
Just a big ol' wow. You know what else I say big ol' wow to? Question number... I don't think I anatomically can do that. Do we want to look at more of these Saturday Evening Post
Yes!
Babies New Year's? Okay. Why don't I just stop telling you about these Saturday Evening Post Baby New Year's and instead help you take a look at these covers via my Mind Palace, which
Goodbye,
again...
Happy Rogue.
Oh, good night, Happy Rogue. And right here, my Mind Palace will look quite a bit like the Saturday Evening Post website. That's real weird, isn't it, huh?
It's real weird.
Such
How
a
weird
fun
is it?
coincidence. Here we go. Get rid of that Adobe ad so you don't have to see that. Here we go. New Year's babies. The 1900s. The 1906 was the first Baby New Year, which was okay, well, they don't have a picture of the... Oh, here's the first one. It's a baby reading on a globe.
Oh, okay. With like a weird hairdo.
Yeah, 1908. It's just a stork saying hello to Baby New Year.
That baby
1909.
has a lot of hair. That first baby has like a full like hairdo.
1909. It's a baby reaching for something. And in
Okay.
1910, you get the Wright brothers. Stuff starts. So there's a baby flying, and it's in anticipation of the country's first air show in Los Angeles.
Ooh.
In 1911, they don't say why, but it's Father Time says hello to Baby New Year. 1912, the vote for women.
Ooh.
And
So
Baby
another
New Year
baby
supports
with
that.
way too much
Yeah.
hair.
1913, it's resolved that something. I don't know. Who knows what it's resolved for? Or should have been more specific, JC. Oh, dear Lord.
Ah! Okay, then.
In 1914, it's celebrating the completion of the Panama Canal.
Okay.
1915, 1916, 1917, worried about war. 1918, the baby goes to war. Number 19, Peace, the Dove of Peace,
Ooh.
gets released. And then in 1920s, you see the start of Prohibition, so the top hat is a reference to Mr. Dry, the Prohibition cartoon character. And the camel represents the dry spell coming up for America. In 1921, it wants a end to the miners' strike. 1922, they want to capture the dove and bring about peace.
It is a weird nines.
Yeah, this is the peace treaty that has happened. 1924, I don't know what that one's about. 1925, 26 is all about the lowering of the income tax. Very excited about that lowered income tax. And then
It can always go lower.
And then here's the Depression coming in.
Okay.
Depression again. Look at that. And the 1930s. Now here's the Depression.
Oh, full
That's
crash.
the Depression one. That's the collapse one. Yeah, he's worried about how he'll land in the new year.
That baby's having a rough couple years.
And then here he goes, the baby hoping that the stock market will recover. As is that one. And that one's about balancing a budget. And then that one's trying to see the future.
Oh, man.
And then that one's happy about the end of the Depression. And then that one doing more. Here we go.
Oh, my.
Here's the gas mask one.
Oh, my.
And is Russia winning China too? Oh, yeah. And then this is the baby being delivered by the armored fist of war.
Oh, gosh.
And then here's the isolationist. And then here's the baby New Year fighting Nazis.
A lot of ominous New Year's. I do like the baby fighting Nazis.
Well, here's the thing. When your art project stretches from 1907 to 1943, not a lot of great years in there. That, I'm going to incorporate current events into my baby New Year made it much more historically interesting, but also much more threatening overall. Here's another look at baby New Year trying to be an isolationist.
Yep.
But, you can't be. New Year's is a global phenomenon.
Exactly.
So here's our next question.
Can't escape it.
Which of these is among the first places to ring in each new year? American Samoa, Hawaii, Russia, or Tonga? Which of these is in first couple time zones to ring in the new
Only
year?
a couple of world wars.
It's not that many.
Only a couple.
Star Trek Earth had a third one in the 90s.
Exactly.
But three, you got it right. It was Tonga, which is in Tonga Standard Time, which is 12 hours ahead of GMT.
Oh.
Let's go to leaderboard. Who knew it? Who didn't? Bootleg 2022, Near Valerie, and Single Walk Run all knew it, as did Morin Fadson, who has nothing to mourn about right now because they entered the leaderboard in 5th place. And so Tonga is one of the first places to enter the new year. But which of these is one of the last places on Earth to enter 2022? American Samoa, Baker Island, Hawaii, or Russia? Which of these?
You can never escape it as far as you go. You would have to leave. You'd have to go outside of time and space, like me, but most people can't do that because they're not
and which
good
and
enough interns.
None of you got it right. American Samoa is one of the last places, but according to Mental Floss, the last place is Baker Island.
Ooh.
Baker Island, American Samoa was a tricky one.
Where's Baker Island?
Well, American Samoa enters 25 hours after Tonga, by the way. So it's obviously close to the end. It's an atoll in... Apparently it's uninhabited, so that was actually a bad question. Apparently it's an uninhabited atoll. I did say which of these is the last place, so it's accurate. But maybe a little too tricksy for a non-double points question. But here we go. Baker Island is an atoll in the Central Pacific Ocean.
Oh.
It's about halfway between Hawaii and Australia.
Okay.
And it now forms the Baker Island National Wildlife Refuge and is an unincorporated and unorganized territory of the U.S., which vouches for its defense, and the Fish and Wildlife Service of the United States visits there every single year.
Okay. That's
There's not much on it.
Yeah, let's go.
But it's interesting. Let's go. Well, here's the coastline with a seagull. Or a red-footed booby. Here's
that's
a booby.
pretty.
Here's a booby at Baker Island.
Yeah, what's the rent like?
Here's a masked booby.
Ooh,
Lots
they're
of boobies.
already wearing masks.
Lots of boobies all over Baker Island. The
You gotta
cemetery
love
and rubble
boobies.
are located near the middle of the West Coast, where the boat landing area is located. And we claim an exclusive... the United States,
Yeah.
claims an exclusive economic zone of 200 nautical miles and a territorial sea of 12 miles around Baker
true.
Island. Kermit was a masked booby. I can't argue with that, Blogtoven, much like I can't argue with... Oh. What's that I hear?
What is it?
It's our leaderboard. Which, of course, didn't change. Because none of you got that correct.
But you were clever enough to be able to hear it.
But you heard it. Oh,
You
I heard it too.
heard.
Here's question number 18. Coming up next, which is... True or false? Ancient Greek celebrations included a precursor to Baby New Year. Which... Is that true or false? Could you see? It's true for you got it right. According to someone.
Oh my god.
It's true. As of at least 600 BC, the ancient Greeks paraded a baby in a basket on the New Year to celebrate the rebirth of Dionysus, which they believed occurred on the New Year. You know Dionysus, of course.
Yeah.
But
He's the one with the wine and the ripping people
he
apart.
loves those things.
Loved ripping people apart.
That's right. It's CNN, actually, who has a whole article all about how Baby New Year became a thing. So let's look at that right now in my Mind Palace. Here we go. Not the Discover South Carolina card. No. So yeah, the Saturday Evening Post really popularized it, but it does
I don't know
go.
that we can see it, Fluval.
Oh, you can't?
We can't see your mind palace.
Here we go.
There we are.
The original Baby New Year was born in ancient Greece, according to Britannica.com. It was reportedly customary to display an infant in a basket for the turn of the calendar, and then in the late 1400s, Germans depicted him as a religious figure signifying baby Jesus, and then that got secularized by those Saturday Evening Post covers we already looked at. And I just think it's interesting that they did a winnowing basket and they held them skyward like it's Simba.
Oh. What do you think about that, Studio Cat?
Yeah, what do you think, Studio Cat?
Yeah, Studio Cat's not going to be down for that right now.
Oh, to be held up into the like Simba?
Yeah, he's a bit of a donut right now.
Yeah, he's pretty donutted in the moment. Let's see.
He would be very annoyed if I did that. So I won't.
That's a fair reason. I mean, don't do it. You don't need to
not.
get your molecules de-incorporated by Studio Cat right now.
He can do that.
He easily can do that, of course.
Oh no, your mind palace, Fluval.
My mind palace disintegrated, yeah. But I'm gonna let's look at a little bit about Dionysus so we can see more
Exactly what we're dealing with here.
about
with
that
this
crazy
god.
New Year. That is probably what happened to intern
Yeah,
Arthur.
probably.
Here we go. Dionysus ceremonies. Do. Was it the Bacchanalia that was the New Year? No, but he did have. You know what? Just trust us. He did New Year's.
What?
I'm trying to find the specific Dionysus New Year ceremony, and I don't think it's the Bacchanalia.
Fair enough.
I didn't have this prepped in my mind palace, so you're getting a little bit of a view behind the scenes.
Isn't that so special?
You should feel very special. I think behind the scenes
There's
peaks
some more fun
are very
things
valuable. Here we go. It's the
about the
attic
value of
calendar.
that.
The year, yeah, that's right. The year in ancient Greece began with the first sighting of the new moon after the summer solstice.
Oh.
And the months were very different. It's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
It's interesting how different it was, yet they had the tradition of hoisting around a baby to welcome that new year. Kronos did eat all of his
New
babies.
stuff. He did.
Very true. And Kronos is also often tied to Father Time.
Because it's like Chronos, like
Right.
time, like Chronos.
Yeah.
Kronos.
Let's go back to my mind palace actually and learn more about that.
Ooh.
Here we go. Father Time is the personification of time, and in recent centuries, he's usually depicted as an elderly bearded man. And it was because the ancient Greeks associated Kronos, their word for time, with the agricultural god Kronos, who held a sickle.
Ah.
And so that's why you see both Father Time with a sickle and Death with a sickle over time. Here's a cool looking Father Time. Look at that one.
That's a time zaddy for sure.
That is a zaddy, as is this zaddy right here, who looks probably pretty familiar to anyone who saw our promos this week.
Now that is a zaddy for
Yeah,
sure.
we
Look
showed-
at that Marvel level zaddy.
We showed Zaddy Time, who didn't drink water before getting depicted in this statue here. What I love is how unclear it is if he's bald or not.
right?
He looks bald, but then
has like a
has a hair line.
has like a Gethard-esque mohawk.
Yeah. And of course, I know all about New York comedy from
Yes.
the mid-2000s, despite being a multidimensional being from outside of time and space.
You know everything.
Of course, yeah. Also, Father Time frequently appeared in the comic I'm sure everyone out there is familiar with, Little Nemo in Slumberland. Little Nemo.
Little Nemo.
But you don't need to have read Little Nemo to get the answer to our next question right.
The
But
mid
first,
200.
we got to go to our leaderboard where 4 of you knew it. And 3 of those 4 were on our leaderboard. Who was the last one who knew it? Mystery to everyone watching.
It's a mystery.
As maybe the answer to our penultimate question, question number 19. Dating to around 2000 BCE, the earliest known New Year's celebration occurred in China, Greece, Mesopotamia, or Rome. And seen here are the sands of the hourglass falling.
Yes. Because it represents time.
Because it represents time, and it's inevitable, much
And
like the world
we,
turns.
We tried to get someone to eat their children to represent time, but we just couldn't get it together in time.
Didn't stick either, yeah. But here we
Didn't
go.
stick.
2 of you got it right. It was Mesopotamia. However, they also celebrated the New Year after the equinox in mid-March, rather than on January 1st. It's almost like that rhythm makes more sense. But here we go to leaderboard. 2 of you got it right. Who was it? Oh, New Year Valerie taking the lead, and Morn Fadson up in 3rd. It doesn't look like we have
That's
any
a
long-running
big
streaks
mix-up.
going as we
Right
enter
before the
our final question.
ultimate question.
Aluminum foil company Alcoa suggested spending your New Year's Eve carving what kind of animal as a good luck charm? An apple owl, a banana dolphin, a lemon pig, or a potatopotamus?
I thought like carving, like you carve a turkey,
No.
consuming.
Did they think you should carve an owl out of an apple, a dolphin out of a banana, a pig out of a lemon, or a hippopotamus out of a potato, which they called a potato hippopotamus?
A potatopotamus.
Which of these is real?
It's like a hippocampus.
Also, Redactron pointing out the mid-2000s is really the 2500s.
It's true.
I was trying to put it in your terms as third-dimensional beings, but
Flugel's very good at
Anyway,
that.
the correct
No
answer...
one got it
lemon
right!
pigs, which no one got right. What says Single Walk Run? Well, I'll show you what... This is a lemon pig from the book.
So ugly.
The lemon pig regained fame in 2017 when the blog Granny Pantries shared a screenshot from the book 401 Party and Holiday Ideas from Alcoa. The aluminum foil company liked the lemon pig because of their little aluminum foil tails. So to make a lemon pig, you insert 4 toothpicks into a lemon for legs. You give it pointed... But you slit the pointed end for a mouth, and you hold to hold a shiny penny for good luck, and then you do 2 little cuts for those ears. Eyes are clothes. Crush and curl foil for a silly tail.
A silly little tail.
But it's funny, right? So
Just
Alcoa,
a silly little tail.
Alcoa popularized it, but Alcoa, they didn't invent it
Oh.
because U.S. President Rutherford B. Hayes was given a lemon pig as mentioned and they were also mentioned in an 1865
They
book.
still have it?
Yes, the Smithsonian. No, not the Smithsonian. The Rutherford B. Hayes Museum has the gift pig that he received, the lemon pig that he received as a gift.
Why do they have it in a labyrinth?
Because this is a screenshot from a PDF for kids where they put it in a maze as an activity so that you have to get to the center of the maze to retrieve President Hayes's rotted lemon pig.
Oh my. Okay.
I'm glad CBC 9000 is able to just accept it and
Just
gets
on
it.
board immediately.
CBC 9000, not all third dimensional beings just get what I'm doing here, but you truly do, and I appreciate that. Absolutely. You know you're a good president who's made many influential, remembered decisions when one of your... It's not his only thing, but the fact that it rates. Like, we have no gift that's like, hey, what gift did any other president get beyond the Statue of Liberty? And...
Some portraits.
Some portraits. I mean, I guess some busts that are in the Oval Office, too.
The gift of privilege.
I mean, they all had that.
Yeah, where's his other things?
You want to look? Okay, let's take a look at...
Rutherford B. Hayes' things.
Let's take a look at the newsletter from the Rutherford B. Hayes exhibit, where they take a look into the president's vault. Or the museum's
There's also
vault.
the Andrew Jackson genocide.
Yeah, he did have the big wheel of cheese, too, though.
Today.
Here we go. And this is the museum's collections vault, where they have, like... the medals of honor that the museum has, but also those medals of honor weren't even given to him.
Lemon Pig is a pretty cool band name.
These are
The cheese is fine.
These are hooves.
His hooves?
No, these are hooves.
Was he the devil?
These are hooves that his son got from a pony he liked.
So the pony passed on and he got the hooves, or did he like the pony and take
Webb
its
became
hooves?
so attached to the pony that when it died, he preserved Pittig's hooves, and that's his riding whip that he used while riding the pony. And here's
pigs do not walk backwards. Also,
that's
sentence.
Why. No. Yeah,
that's why it's a pig.
Yeah, and that's why pigs are good luck. Yeah, which we brought up earlier in the game. It was because pigs walk forwards.
They also eat humans alive. Don't fall in a pig pen.
And there, here you go. Every U.S. president receives gifts from American citizens. Many are spectacular, lavish, and valuable. Others are strange and unique. When President Hayes received this pig fashioned from a lemon, he must have smiled. Although a folk art oddity, the gift was actually functional. It held lemon juice to add to someone's cup of tea.
Unlike other lemons?
Yeah, I would argue the lemon was functional, and the lemon pig, I mean, technically functional, I suppose, but is it no more functional than a garden variety lemon?
Oh my.
Are any of you going to be making lemon pigs?
Yeah, what's the device to it? Like, it's a device we're holding? Like, the fruit itself is a device? I mean, I guess humans did, like, bioengineer lemons. Lime lobsters.
I don't think they call it a device.
Yeah, a regular...
They said the gift was actually... Did I say device?
Away.
It says the gift was actually functional. Oh, gosh. Oh, the weird... Yeah. Over here is... What is it? Do you know what this is?
No.
I don't either, and this doesn't tell us because it's a comment. It's a contest.
What the fuck is that?
I don't know, and I don't necessarily think we want to know.
Is it a squeezer of fruit?
Is it to squeeze lemon pigs?
Is it... There's so many things that I don't want it to be.
Well, Blogtoven, I think he gave probably the most wholesome answer. That's the most wholesome answer I can think of. Like, this is...
Right? It looks evil.
I don't know if
Wholesome.
I don't know if I want to find the March 2011 issue. It's sort of the thing. Pastimes. Okay, but I'll look. I mean, this is a just for kids publication, so I don't think it'll be anything too bad.
It's the presidential cock ring, you know, for his chicken.
It took me a second to realize that. Okay, here we go. In 2001, they made the Pastimes newspaper. Do.
No link to all of them?
No link to all of them, no. I'll bring up my Mind Palace again.
Be the only person to have ever downloaded this newsletter.
No, it's that it's still not... They're like, oh, it's still not... Like, these look
no
like...
one scanned it.
So you see these two underlined times that says past times? Mm-hmm. Those look like links, right?
Yeah.
Nope. Oh, here's the archives. So it's probably Hayes Family Travels. No, that's 2012. So is it Civil War Oh. Okay. So also, I don't think they're arranged numeric time-wise. I think they're just arranged pretty randomly. So here we go. 2012. April 2011. That must be it. Oh, wait, great. It's about the Civil War. What a wholesome discussion for children. It doesn't even say what the device was.
What? What?
Yeah. And,
Really?
And the one with the
Even
lemon
at
in
the
it.
end?
The one with the lemon in it is volume 9.
What?
I mean, I don't see anything about the device in here from scanning it.
You've got what?
I said I don't see anything from scanning it.
This has ruined my year as well.
That's fair.
I want to know what it was.
Civilian outrage forced the army to defend soldiers against disease. Yeah, it does.
Civilian outrage. I'm
Well-
having civilian outrage about not knowing what that device is.
Well, also notably, it says check the March 2011 issue. Oh, no. Wait. It says... It doesn't say it'll be in there. It says winner will be chosen in March 2011, and the winner's name will be posted on the website.
But not the answer?
No.
So only that kid gets to know.
So only that kid and people who checked this in 2011 were there. Ironically, this museum didn't preserve it for history
Wow.
and posterity.
We should announce who won the trivia.
That's what I was going to say, too. Let's go to our... I mean, I suppose
And then
we
we'll
know.
go to my special announcement.
Yeah, then we'll do your special announcement.
And then we'll do a
count
countdown.
down to the new year. So here we go. Our winner is coming up in third place at 11 out of 20 correct. It's Morn Fadson. In second with 12 out of 20 correct. That's Bootleg 2022. And in first place with 13 out of 20 correct, it is New Year Valerie. In fourth place, it's Single Walk Run. And in fifth place,
Congratulations.
New Year. Yeah,
Let's give them their
congratulations. Let's give them their
prize.
prize real quick. Here we go. There's your prize. We just destroyed Dune after Dan the Movie Guy's recommendation.
Yeah, we did that. That's what we did.
Sure did. And then you had your announcement.
I have my announcement, friends. Today
Our
I'm
fifth
going
was
to
New
be
Year's, Steve.
announcing something that you've all been waiting for. All of you have been like, wow, Intern Christy, you're so lucky that you get to serve the Grand Aquarium Empire Network. How can we serve the Grand Aquarium Empire Network? Our bodies are not useful to you as tools for the network. How else can we support our fifth dimensional
True.
masters?
Well,
Now we have a way. That's right. For for all of you personally, we have a Patreon.
Yes, we have a Patreon now at patreon.com/Radio Free Multiverse.
That's right. And we offer some really incredible rewards at very competitive prices on those. So our first one is our $5 deal. That means that you are an intern, and it means that you will receive one piece of matter in the mail per month, as well as access to behind the scenes stuff.
Yes.
And other stuff. For $10 a month, you're a better intern, and you'll receive 2 things in the mail per month. What kind of things?
What kind of things, intern?
What kind of things are this?
Intern collation. What kind of things?
You know, these things can be anything but
Yeah.
your very own trivia zine
Ooh.
by us with trivia.
Yeah.
Yeah, check that out. And there's the answers to the trivia. Isn't that fun? Look, and it has little fluvels on it. Isn't that fun?
That's pretty fun.
You could receive something fun like a postcard telling you that it's that time of year again for city destruction and to have your teeth checked out by Lori Anderson. Lori Espejo, sorry. You could get something like a really fun postcard about all of the things going around. Get well. Because we know that you're all just like, you're suffering from the disease of being under lower dimensional beings. Something fun like the former hunks competition. Oh wow, look at that. It's going
that's
through the
getting
void. That's
completely
really fun.
turned into the void.
Former hunks. Oh, and very special, something like this. An ad for beetles that are also postcards for you to send to your friends. Why was this made? So these are some of the fun things that you'll get sent in the mail. Our best intern level is $20.
How the postcard appears in your dimension may vary.
Yes, we don't know how it looks once it goes through the dimensional shift, but we're very excited to send it to you. For $20, you get 3 things a month, and you get to make a sponsored fact fractal. That's right. You get to provide a interesting fact or topic that you want Fluval to write a trivia question about. And we'll tell everyone that it's your sponsored fact fractal.
That's right.
At the superior intern level, you will get an entire box of things. That's right. We will send you a whole box of random garbage. Who knows what it will be? We don't know what it looks like when it gets through the dimensional veil. It could be craft supplies.
It could easily
be a whole box of buttons.
Ooh.
It could be a bunch of stamps with cats on them.
It could be a bunch of shells.
Knows?
Who knows?
And then, of course, there's the biological intern level. Here at Radio Free Multiverse, we intimately understand that there is nothing more valuable than the human soul. And now for a mere $500, you can own one of ours. That's right. You will get a lock of hair from the cast member of your choice.
Which, to be clear, refers to the recurring members of the cast who appear regularly, not any of our guests.
I would like to thank a certain CBC 9000 for becoming a patron.
I'd also like to note...
I'm so excited to send you...
I'd also like to note that if you are a human
in
hair
the mail.
patron, obviously that depends on import-export laws in your country.
Yes.
Because if that's not legal, we won't do it.
I will do it.
No, we won't.
What are they... What? They're not going to want human hair?
I don't know.
That's a
Look,
global
I'm
business.
just saying, if I had an ass, I'd want to cover it, Charlene.
Fair enough, Fluval.
That's
Fair
all
enough.
I'm saying here. I'm just trying to cover what would be a posterior if I had your lowly biology.
You can check out the National Park of Utah. Arches National Park. We have the Dia Center of the Arts, just this haunted cat.
Which is also getting turned a bit into the void.
There's no explanation. There is no explanation
What does it
for
say on the
why
back?
this exists. Mapping the Studio 1.
Ooh,
or
the studio.
known as Fat Chance John Cage.
Is that a cat on the front?
It looks like a cat. It's like a
So,
blurry thing.
In that case, I choose to believe that it's mapping the studio, because maybe that's just a studio cat.
Oh, it could be a studio cat.
And we have about 1 minute until our countdown
have about
begins.
1
So get in anything else you want to say to our viewers
I
tonight.
would also like to say something very special to our viewers.
What?
We really appreciate all of you, and this show wouldn't be what it was unless we were extracting all the funny things from your brain. And so we appreciate every single one of you, and I don't know if you just happen to send your address to intern Emily Pineapple, I don't know what will happen.
Who knows?
But if you just send it, if you just, all of you who are here right now with us and have been watching this show, which is the best show in the multiverse and absolutely ridiculous.
It absolutely is the best show in the multiverse. And that's why.
If you just shoot us your address.
Absolutely.
Something
But now
might
we are going to
happen.
go and say goodbye and go to the show I'm hosting simultaneously.
I also want
New
to
Year's
thank
Boom and Eve. I'm Fluval coming to you from outside of time and space, and welcome to New Year's Boom and Eve, brought to you by Quixotic Ventures and on Wiener Schnitzel. You've seen musical performances from The Fake Trumpets and intern Chad King. Now before we get to the earth-shattering kaboom, let's take a break for some words from our generous sponsors. On Wiener Dude Alert, on Wiener Dude Alert. It's everyone's favorite. It's Boredom Days. And boredom is just 59 cents. Hurry on, Wiener Dudes. Come to Boredom Days. Only at On Wiener Schnitzel. Welcome to New Year's Boom and Eve, brought to you by Quixotic Ventures and on Wiener Schnitzel. Our countdown will be performed by Timey, the timekeeping AI. Take her away, Timey.
1.